Soul here with another sort of Convallaria video, and today we're going to just do a little current state of the game update, kind of give everybody a nice touch on the game, what's going on. I know a lot of us like to jump on and off in between our different gacha games, and I want to kind of give you some insight as to what's been going on with Sword of Convallaria in case you stepped away, and what could be coming in the future. Now, as you know, or maybe you don't know, as of late we've had some pretty tremendous events going on in Sword of Convallaria, and in my opinion, Tower Adversity was stupendous. It was long awaited, long anticipated. It finally dropped, and we have had it and have been enjoying it. It has been a fantastic challenge, and it has been a lot of fun and a different way of playing. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. That's enough reason to play all there, right there within its own. So that's the video. No, I'm kidding. But no, honestly, this has been absolutely phenomenal. Now, I do have to admit, it's incredibly challenging. I literally cleared it, and I'm not interested in doing it again. I wasn't too fussed about how I cleared it. I just did it just to get across the line, and I'm still within that top 5%. And that's on the highest difficulty, mind you, on difficulty 7. However, there's still plenty to play and enjoy with really good rewards at much lower difficulties. I'm not really seeing people get slowed up much until they get to difficulty 5 and difficulty 6. So new players jumping in will easily be able to get to difficulty 5. And, well, not easily, but they'll be challenged at difficulty 5. That's what I should say. And so it is a fantastic time to jump in and to play and to have at it. There's 8 days left on this event as of this recording. Anyways, moving forward, we got a couple things also. You know, we've gotten more revival memories. That's really, really good. Devs are really paying attention to what people want. We've had a lot of fun with Night Crimson and the various events around it. As you can see, we got a new skin right here for SP Sophia. Can't stress how great this character is. Talk more about that here in a minute. That Polarized Justice event just wrapped up. Really, really cool. Good stuff there. And yeah, as you can see, Night Crimson still carrying forward. We've got a nice little outline of what's to come here for the next little bit. We have a fireside chat coming up here in just 2 days, along with the drop of the new character Kavari, which is going to be very, very exciting. And so there's a lot going on in Sword of Convallaria. There's a lot to do, there's a lot to think about, a lot to play. And as you can see, when it comes to these summons, we just got a phenomenal character in SP Sophia. I do have her. I absolutely love her. She is a really, really strong, capable unit. And then for the first time, we've had a re-release on a debut banner, when that's with, you know, OG Sophia, as I call her, and that has also been fantastic. Really, really love it. Love to see it. It's really friendly for other new players that are just jumping into the game, or maybe even players that are returning to the game that missed out on an opportunity to get Sophia previously. This is a really smart move by the devs, by XD, and I hope that they continue to do this and re-release these debut banners. That way people who maybe just love a character and don't want to take the time to farm them up the shards can just pull on them, and for those people that missed out, they have another opportunity to get them. So I think this is a fantastic way for them to do that and really be good to their community. With that said, we also need to take a look at Astral imprints. Now this has been a nice new addition to the game, where we have we have specific items that benefit specific characters. And now this isn't something you're limited to. Like Nocturnal Glow ideally is great for SP Sophia. However, you're not limited to using it on her, but this particular item is definitely ideal for her. There's other options you can pool, you can get several others, and to their credit, the devs that is, they've added a way for us to get the Astral imprints otherwise. How phenomenal is that? And so we're able to now exchange these Astral shards to get these Astral imprints and get the items that aren't on banner. That's really, really big. That's really, really huge. Great new items, great new additions to the game, great reasons to play and enjoy yourself in Sword of Convallaria. Now on the front of PvP, we really don't see much difference. Not much has changed. You know, Clash got a small update where you now have a ranking system that you're kind of pursuing. as far as points, where you get a title, and it's really, really cool. It's nice to have some extra content in that way. I still think that overall, this is not as good as it could be, and it's not fully fleshed out. I know in a couple other games they have guild battles, competitions, and live PvP. I think that's what this game sorely lacks, and I think it'll be a boon once it gets it added. Even if they choose not to utilize live PvP for whatever reason, I don't understand what goes on behind the scenes in the business front at XD, and have total respect for that. However, if they just add something to enhance the guild system, to make it more rewarding to be in a guild and to enjoy content together with your guildies and your friends, I think that would be an absolute huge thing for this community. Moving right along, talking about these new characters, we got a couple of them right here, like Nadita Pamina. I absolutely love this. This chick right here is amazing. She just dropped. She was the banner before SP Sophia. Phenomenal unit, peak animation, a ton of fun to play. Can't stress how great she is. And then of course we got our brand new character in SP Sophia, and she is also phenomenal, a ton of fun, and none of these characters are quote unquote game breaking. You can survive without them, but you're also enjoying the game and you're benefiting tremendously from having them. So I think it's really well done on XD's part. They're really intelligent in how they're adding these characters. The power creep, to me, is pretty subtle in a lot of ways. I think it's real. I think it should be acknowledged. Each new character comes out and kind of does more, but it's not so brazen in your face that you're forced to just give up past characters and they become obsolete. Not at all. And in fact, the most recent content being Tower Adversity, there's content showing and content creators showing that you're able to defeat that with the most free-to-play friendly characters available. Units that aren't even legendary. So, absolutely phenomenal. Great game, great decisions, great strategy and execution on these characters and their creation. With that all said, let's take a look at the numbers. As you can see, now, I only have Steam database. I don't have a way to see it on mobile, and those numbers, at least not to my knowledge. If you know of any way, drop down in the comments, let me know. However, numbers seem to be pretty good. In fact, I would argue that they've been on an upwards trend than what they have been for the past few months. Could be wrong. This bar right here kind of tells me that it is more or less on a good trend from what I'm seeing. And so, also looking at Reddit and also looking at Discord, I'm seeing more and more new players jumping in, more and more people coming over and returning to the game, including content creators. So, and I think that's a really big aspect of the game and a game's success is the community and in paying attention to what's going on with that content and the content creation. So I think there's a lot of good representation there, and like I said, people are coming back. So I think there's something good going on here in this game. I think Tower Adversity's really helped that. Right here, of course, this is when SP Sophia dropped, and then Kavari is about to drop, so I'm sure we're going to see a big influx because he's considered a very high-level, top-tier character as far as need and desire. So there's going to be a good number of people jumping in just to catch him and to play him and to enjoy him. There's nothing wrong with taking little breaks and lulls in these games, by the way. It can be a little monotonous to do the same thing every day. And that's what a gacha game is, let's be honest. But Sword of Convallaria is doing a great job of keeping the content rolling. Now, if we look over here at the revenue side of things, I think it's really, really interesting. Sword of Convallaria has risen in rank. We're now up to rank 50, whereas we've been down before. Now you can see our revenue is taking a very small hit, and I mean very small hit, whereas a lot of games are taking bigger hits in quite a few ways. I mean, look at this. There's half there nearly, and pretty big hits. But Sword of Convallaria has been very consistent and is rising in rank and popularity. I don't think that is just irony. I think that is absolutely a reflection of everything that's going on Sword of Convallaria and XD's efforts to keep the content rolling. We see some really good games dropping in numbers. It's just been a past few months for a couple things. And then of course, I hate to segue here and do it, and to talk about it. War of the Visions is another tactical RPG. I used to play it back in the day, and this game has just gotten the EoS. on the global side of things. I don't believe they have one on the Japanese side of things, so that's one thing I always look at to compare to Sword of Convallaria. And Sword of Convallaria has done fairly well compared to it for quite a while. This game just got that EOS. Hopefully those players will come on over and join Sword of Convallaria. We'd love to see them in the community. We'd love to see the game get more people involved, more people playing. They're not going to have a place to go as in 2 months from now. It's from what I'm seeing and what I'm reading. So please feel free to jump on in. From if you're playing War of the Visions, you're considering what to play, Sword of Convallaria is a great place to be. And so, yeah, the game, as of right now, looks pretty great, in my opinion. Things have been absolutely stellar. And we've got a fantastic new unit coming with Kavari. And here's Kavari. This is a video posted by Sword of Convallaria XC Studios. This bad boy looks amazing. I'm not gonna make you watch the whole video.
Kavari's trait provides him an instant skill roster that can inflict life loss and an exclusive debuff roster on the target. When the roster expires or the target enters the dying state after being attacked, Kavari will immediately summon assassins to deal piercing damage and then remove roster. The skill Conviction inflicts
How
life
awesome
loss
is
on
that?
the target and reduces its...
Like I said, I'm not gonna make you watch the whole video, but man, how exciting.
roster. It also applies piercing vulnerable, disables reaction skills.
Excellent animation.
And
Excellent new character that really does some unique and different things. Really exciting stuff there. And so, can't stress it enough. I'll say it one last time. Now's a great time to play Sword of Convallaria. If you're a new player and you're interested in enjoying the game, now's a perfect time to jump in. Hopefully you'll consider doing so. This game is very rewarding and it's definitely doing everything it can to provide for its community. I can't stress, I know it's a gacha game and a lot of people kind of get turned off by that sometimes, but this game is a very giving gacha game. There's a flat 2% soft pity, and most people float around 3% on those legendary pools. Most people generally get the characters that they want. There are a few exceptions, and of course chances for it to be unlucky, and I don't mean any offense to those people because I've definitely been on that end before myself. Regardless, this game has been phenomenal and is a great place for you to come if you're especially coming from War of the Visions and you're not sure what to do with yourself anymore and you're looking for a game with good, thriving content and gameplay. With that all said, thank you so much to my Patreon members. I really and truly appreciate all of your support. I just wanted to give us a nice little update and touch base on what's going on in the state of the game and my thoughts on it. I'm really pleased with the game right now. I think things are going really well. It's been a huge turnaround over the past few months in the direction of the game and how things are going. And I'm so excited for where it's going to go moving forward and what's going on in the game. Thank you again to my Patreon members. There's a link down below in the description if you're interested in joining. There's also a link to my Discord down below if you're interested in joining that. We'd be glad to have you, where we discuss all things Sword of Convallaria and then some. And yeah, please make sure you drop me a like and a subscribe, as it really helps the channel. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best. Bye.